It shows that the people are concerned. It provides an increased awareness of the crime prevention effort. And in Albany, we've had a pretty good participation in the last few years. Nationally, the participation has been phenomenal.
In Lafayette, we encourage people to lock up their homes, turn on their outside lights, come out, meet their neighbors as a symbol and a message to criminals that our neighborhoods in Lafayette are organized. We're fighting back against crime, and the neighborhoods are simply off limits to criminals.
A great time for all the neighbors to get out and meet each other, because with people working all the time, they have a hard time getting to meet their neighbors. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great thing.
It really brings the community together. It lets the criminals know that we don't want you in our area. Stay away.
Since being introduced by the National Association of Town Watch in 1984, the National Night Out Crime and Drug Prevention Program has grown by leaps and bounds. The 7th annual Night Out on August 7th involved a record-setting 8,140 communities from all 50 states, U.S. territories, Canadian cities, and military bases around the world. In all, 21.8 million people participated in National Night Out 1990, a united stand against crime and drugs.
Get to know your neighbors. Support National Night Out.
Get to know your neighbors from the next door down on National Night Out. From city to city, from town to town, it's National Night Out. Step out, everybody got to take a stand. People united all across this land. Neighbors unite against crime and drugs on National Night Out.
Planning for National Night Out begins early in the year in participating communities. Local night out committees and coalitions comprised of community groups, law enforcement agencies, businesses, and other organizations meet regularly to develop local activities and promotions. Is it a difficult task to plan an event like National Night Out?
Everyone is very, very helpful in all the aspects of it. The community people are more than willing to take their time and set aside. A lot of times we make our meetings at night so that everyone can attend. And everyone, Chief Conway, Jim Carmen, who is the director of our fire department, Ted Hardgrove, who's president of New Brunswick Tomorrow, Jim Zullo at the Housing Authority, they all pitch in and help get the job done. So it's not difficult, but there's a lot of steps involved to it before you have the actual event. It's months of planning.
Join KATU and give neighborhood crime a going-away party on National Night Out Tuesday, August 7th. It's a chance to get to know your neighbors and to start some permanent crime prevention programs in your area. Show your neighborhood spirit and say goodbye to crime on National Night Out Tuesday, August 7th. For information on
public service announcements were one of the ways communities helped to promote participation. Once again in 1990, Disneyland, the Anaheim Police Department, and NATW produced a TV public service announcement, which was broadcast to 800 television stations across the USA.
One, please. Whoa, look out! Get out of the way! Lights on at 8 o'clock.
National Night Out is August 7th. Contact your local law enforcement agency and join America's Night Out against crime.
Crime and drug abuse are among our nation's most serious problems. Can National Night Out's upbeat and festive theme really help to build safer communities?
Well, I think the first step is getting to know who your neighbors are. That's building a community and building a base. When you build that base, then you have a group of people who can work together on a project. Without the base and without people knowing who their neighbors are and feeling safe going to them, it's far more difficult to fight crime.
Well, what's really important about it is not so much being number one, as sending a message nationwide that the city of New Orleans does care about crime, that the citizens and the police department in this community are not going to just sit back and accept crime for what it is. We're going to stand up and do something about it.
Well, in fact, it's because we have a crime problem in Houston that we are expanding our neighborhood-oriented policing efforts. It is because we have a crime problem here that this particular emphasis on National Night Out is so important. because it does take all of us, not just the police.
In many communities, local NNO coordinators joined forces with businesses to heighten awareness about National Night Out.
And I think it's a fine example of the private sector of the city of Detroit coming together with the public sector. And through the mini station, we've expanded the program to more than just having our 56 mini stations open from 4 in the afternoon till 12 midnight, to having celebrations such as this throughout the city.
NATW's 1990 national sponsorship team was led by the Phillips Lighting Company, the Justice Department, and Brinks Home Security.
This event could not be successful without corporate sponsors such as Fred Meyers, PGE, KATU are our major sponsors. Also, along with that, we're having corporate sponsors in national are Phillips Lighting and Brinks Home Security. They have furnished us with materials such as posters, there are flyers to go out, party invitations, pinwheels for decorating their neighborhoods. Also, we have the light bulbs furnished by Phillips Lighting to give out to people to give away at the neighborhood parties.
A number of electric utility companies across the nation signed on with NATW and served as official local sponsors. Participating companies developed a variety of special activities to help promote the event and provided information on energy-efficient outdoor security lighting. Hands Across the Border was the theme for one of the largest and most impressive night out events in 1990.
Started out small, communities looking for ways to fight back after crime victimized them.
But now the movement has grown, not only in size, but in organization as well. It's called a night out, and it's a chance for people at the grassroots level to take their neighborhoods back. And now it's gone international, and so will we. Let us get over the border. I believe that's the Mather Arch right behind our Waddy Salvini in Fort Erie, Ontario. Waddy?
Good afternoon, Kevin, Kathy. Hands Across the Border is the name of this first international night out against crime. Police officers from both sides of the border are gathered here to mark the start of the 7th annual night out. This international event, is drawing national attention. This morning, the CBS Morning News covered this story with live interviews with Matt Peskin, a founder of National Night Out, and Martha Dipple, a local volunteer here in Western New York. Peskin told CBS's Mark McEwen how the program is helping to cut crime in more than 8,000 communities across the United States.
The law enforcement officers and the community groups find that, number one, they're getting more people involved. And on the average, only 5 to 7% of the people in a given area that have a crime watch program participate. And programs like National Night Out help to increase that participation.
The event's motto is "Lights On" means lights out for crime. And late this morning in Front Park, hundreds of police officers from Western New York and Southern Ontario gathered for a procession across the Peace Bridge to signify the international joint effort to prevent crime.
On the local and national level, National Night Out 1990 certainly made news. A famous weatherman helped to alert the nation that morning.
Take a look at this. This is a great idea. Dallas-Fort Worth, the entire area has got a thing called Night Out. Tonight, August 7th, designed to heighten crime prevention and drug abuse awareness. Neighbors getting out between 8 and 10 o'clock in the evening, checking the neighborhood, talking with each other, and it is a good idea. When you start talking with each other and hanging around together, things begin to happen.
Throughout the day on August 7th, the news media had NNO covered. Many local stations had their eye on Night Out 1990.
This is Channel 2 News at 6.
Tonight, Americans from coast to coast are trying to shine a harsh light on the national crime epidemic. And across our area, residents are taking to the streets for National Night Out. Channel 2's Troy Roberts is live for us in Staten Island, where people are fed up with the violence. Troy.
Channel 4 News, Lights On, number 1 at 11.
Coming up, our Crime Watch goes to a big party where criminals are the guest of dishonor. Now, there is a party being held tonight nationwide. It is the annual Night Against Crime, and our Crime Watch reporter, Will Spence, is with some crime-fighting partygoers. He's out in West Hollywood. What's shaking, Will?
Well, they've all gone home, but just a short time ago, this park was packed with people. 8,000 communities coast to coast in this area, Santa Barbara, Anaheim, and here in West Hollywood, we're in Plummer Park. These folks all turned out to turn out against crime. It was basically a block party with a serious purpose.
TV50's Harry Harrison joins us live from the west side of Detroit with an update on National Night Out. How's it going, Harry?
Mayor, there's a whole bunch going on. Just take a look right behind me. See this light bulb? That's what it's all about. Everyone is supposed to turn on their light bulb and let it shine tonight. That's your support for National Night Out, to fight crime, to light up your entire neighborhood. Now, this is the 7th annual National Night Out, and more than 21 million Americans across the country are participating, and hundreds of thousands of Detroiters are participating with fantastic all type of activities going on throughout the city.
You're watching KMGH, Colorado 7.
All across the country, millions of Americans turned on their porch lights and emerged from locked doors to meet police and to let predators know they're being watched. In Littleton, police distributed about 500 light bulbs to promote the program.
Each household encourage you to leave your light on and give your neighborhood that caring look.
All across the nation, late-night viewers heard about National Night Out this year.
And last but not least, you know, this is National Night Out Week. Do you know what that means? Well, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to turn on your porch light and sit outside to prevent crime. You know, if you really want to prevent crime, why don't we all go down to the gas station and stop that guy from hiking up those prices? Yeah, boy, I'm telling you.
Law enforcement agencies and community groups worked closer together during 1990's National Night Out than any previous year. Police, local officials, and residents shared ideas, information, and some good old-fashioned fun. And in some areas, the police officers really got involved. Take a look at some classic video from this Lansing, Michigan Night Out block party. National Night Out 1990 is history now, but the spirit, determination, and camaraderie that was displayed on August 7th is alive and well. Many communities are already planning for 1991.
If people are involved with one another, if they're out on a night and they meet a new neighbor, someone they haven't talked to, maybe it would be the first contact they've had with that individual. It's going to improve the quality of people in that neighborhood. I think that if crime prevention units and other departments throughout the nation would really get involved, we've got 20 million people involved this year, maybe we can double it and bring it up to 40 million next year, perhaps.